Good morning, everyone. I'm Carol Walton. I'm the CEO of the Parkinson Alliance. I'm thrilled to be here in front of the team interview booth, and I have Maureen Conley, who's the General Manager in Neurosciences Division for AbbVie. AbbVie is also the sponsor of our webcast this year. The webcast is an extremely important part of the Parkinson's Unity Walk. If you're watching this, chances are maybe you didn't have the opportunity to come to New York. And the purpose of the webcast is to make sure that you all have access to the wonderful information that people are getting that are at the walk today. As we know, people with Parkinson's they're wonderful about sharing all the helpful hints they have when they meet other people who are diagnosed with Parkinson's to help them with their quality of life. And with that, I would love to turn it over to Maureen Conley. Maureen, thank you for sponsoring this webcast and for having your whole team here today.
Thanks so much, Carol. We are so happy to be here. One of the great things about the Unity Walk is bringing people together and helping people understand that they're not alone. It's a great opportunity for people to come together, share ideas, share their story, their journey, and be able to really learn some things from each other. So if you're watching the webcast and you have the opportunity to learn some things about what happened here at the walk, it's our pleasure to be able to provide that and to be able to sponsor the walk.
Terrific. Thank you very much. There are going to be some great team interviews today, and if you will look at the rest of the webcast, you will see all the sponsors, and they will have representatives, and you'll have websites and phone numbers. So even though you may not be here in person, you will have access to all this wonderful information. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Jim, how long have you had your fundraising team?
For 7 years.
And what are they called?
Team McMoss.
Team McMoss.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
#1 fundraiser again.
Yeah.
More than $100,000.
Yeah, 105 and climbing.
Love that. I know more money comes in today, right?
Right, absolutely. More will come in today.
So this is important. What can you tell people who are trying to raise money and get their numbers up? I know you're not stingy.
Right.
What information would you give people on how they can do it?
Oh, I think you have to be measured and systematic about it. So I sent 700 or 800 emails, and just each year I've been expanding my base for my team. And so just by being persistent and putting yourself out there and asking your team to bring others along, so it becomes a phenomenon, an important part of your life actually.
Right, so it's not just please give, please walk with us, please wear a t-shirt,
right,
but send this to your friends.
Right, absolutely. Cascade it to people you know and invite them along and participate in the good feeling that this day creates.
What about Facebook and Twitter and stuff? Has that worked for you as well?
Yeah, I use Facebook. I'm a little behind on Twitter, but
okay.
I promise to get going on that too.
So now what about what makes you most comfortable? What is helping you physically? You were diagnosed when?
15 years ago. So I'm lucky because I'm a slow progressor. But without a doubt, no question, the most important thing is exercise. And I do it as much as I can. In fact, I'm probably 10 pounds lighter than when I was diagnosed, and I exercise 7 days a week.
Wow.
So yeah, it's good.
Now, how soon after do you feel, does that give you the effects immediately? What is it? Is it every single day it makes you feel better, or it makes you feel better right after?
Right during.
During,
about
okay.
30 minutes of cardio into it, and my brain, I feel like, starts to pick back up again. My tremor gets reduced, I start to relax, my voice picks up. So it's good.
And what do you do specifically to exercise?
I do spinning and yoga. I work out with a trainer. So I do a lot of different things, and then just cardio machines in the gym.
Wow.
But I travel a lot for my job, and every time I go to a hotel, I always plan around the gym. So
you're controlling your own dopamine release.
Yeah, well, that's what I think I'm
doing. The endorphins.
Yeah, right.
They're kicking in every
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
That's giant. What else? What else would you say to people helps them or helps you?
It helps me. Without a doubt, I feel best when I get a good night of sleep. So whether the exercise brings you immediate relief or helps you sleep better, it's kind of synergistic. So if you sleep well and exercise, that's the most important thing for me. And then be very, careful about taking as little medicine as you can for as long a period of time as you can. But everybody's different, so you have to work with your doctor to find the right balance, I think.
Right. What about DBS or anything like that? You haven't done that?
No, I'm just medication and exercise right now, which is lucky.
Beautiful, that's huge.
Thank you.
So what do you want to say to your team? They've raised so much money.
I know, thank you.
$105,000 and more coming in, and all of it's going to go to research.
Yeah, it's a little bit humbling, and sometimes I feel like saying to them, I'm not that sick, because, it's a little bit, everybody gives it very generously around me, and that makes me feel great.
Right.
And so I would just say thank you from the bottom of my heart to the team, because, it's their generosity that's put me here next to you and talking to the camera, so which is very nice.
Well, I'm glad you are doing really well.
Yeah,
I'm so
thank you.
glad.
Thank you.
You exercise 7 days a week.
I do.
7 days a week. So that's huge.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great. I hope you
Good.
continue feeling really well.
Thank you
look
very
amazing.
much.
Great.
All right, thank you. All right.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you,
Nice
love.
to see you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, we have Team David, and this is Corey. Corey, tell us your last name. Pittiger. Tell us why it's called Team David.
Well, David was my grandfather, and he had Parkinson's for how many years? He was diagnosed when he was 55.
55. Okay. So you guys have been coming back. You're returning.
Yes.
How many years have you been coming?
We started in around 2006, I think, and we've continued to participate for a couple of years now.
How much money did you raise this year?
This year, I think I raised around almost $3,000.
Wow. What tips would you give to people who are thinking about putting together a team and trying to raise money? What's the best way to do it, you think?
What was really successful for me was I sent out emails to my whole family and friends and just kept reminding them throughout the year. And I also sent them out some information about Parkinson's and what they could do to help.
Lots of pictures of Granddad?
Yeah.
Like, come on, in his memory.
Exactly.
So that really made a big difference. You did it all year long, or you just started it like maybe 2 or 3 months ago?
I started at the beginning of the school year because it's actually,
Wow.
I've added this onto a school project that I've been doing for community service.
Oh, how nice is that? How great is that? That's lovely. Tell me what your granddaddy was like.
He was great. I didn't really get to know him so well because of his disease and how he was limited, but for the time I had with him, it was great.
Super, thank you. So would you guys have any tips on how to raise money? We love to
Do
hear
it
them.
for something you love or someone you love or
Right.
something you love, and then everything will just come with it.
Right.
Do it with your
Keep
heart
hammering
and
home the
soul,
connection.
Yeah.
And to make it
Right.
fun instead of a chore.
Right.
To attach something that's really personal and that you're passionate about and make it fun.
Right. Good. All good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent work.
Thank you so much.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
this is a new mommy. This is Team Duke. Now, Elizabeth, you just had a baby.
I did.
This is the baby. There's the baby. 9 months old.
9 weeks. Yeah.
9 weeks.
9 weeks.
What am I saying?
old.
9 months. 9 weeks. Brand new baby. And this is
Chase.
Chase. Oh, introduce me to everyone, please.
This is Jonah, who's turning
Jonah.
10. This is James, who's 7, and Sam, who's 11. And Adam.
Chop meat. I'm chop meat. I'm just
That was so good.
I'm just a sperm donor.
That was a page out of my life. That is hilarious. Oh, I love it. So tell me about, this is your father that you guys are
We're walking
for.
my dad. This is our first year here at the Unity Walk, and he was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 4 years ago. And he lives in Cleveland with my mom, so unfortunately they can't come, but
Wow.
we're here.
He must be so honored.
I think so.
How is he doing? One of the big questions we're asking is, what has your journey been like? Whose idea was it to do this?
This is my idea. I was looking for something to make me feel better and feel like I could contribute, and I wanted to do something where the kids could participate. So
Isn't this a great lesson?
This is perfect.
It's great.
This is perfect.
Go Duke.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what helps your dad in terms of having those good days and those good hours? What helps him with his PD?
I think it's people being in touch. I think it's people being in touch with him and the social aspect, and his friends still checking in, and life is sort of continuing. And my mom is amazing. So they do Tai Chi, they go out with their friends come over. It's nice.
Play spoons.
Good. What, sweetie? He needs what?
Play spoons.
You play spoons?
Spoons. It's a game with spoons that you put on the table
Oh.
with cards, and when you race to grab the spoon,
And that helps
person
him.
Yeah.
For the same cards, you have to grab a spoon.
Awesome. And each one of these kids has a different T-shirt with a different picture with their grandfather, which I love. That is beautiful. How much money did you raise?
A little over $11,000.
What? How long did you do this? How long did it take to pull it all together?
We signed up about 5 weeks ago, so we have really nice friends.
Come on!
Yeah, we have great friends.
A little over $11,000,
Yeah.
and more coming in today, so who knows?
I hope so.
Knock wood.
Yeah.
So if you had to tell people some advice, give them advice on how to raise money, what would you say is the best way some good tips on how to...
Tips. We used a lot of photographs.
Yeah.
Because I think people really reacted to the personal touch, and actually Facebook. We posted on Facebook, and that was a
huge.
incredible. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Please repost.
Yes.
Please share. Please share. Please
like.
share.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. All right. Thanks, you guys. Nice to meet you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
So, Kathleen, how long have you guys been together? You're coming back, right? You've been here before?
We've been here 10 years doing the walk, 11 years doing the walk.
Beautiful. Excellent. And you were diagnosed when?
In 2003.
2003. So right after you guys.
The first walk after we were diagnosed, I was only diagnosed a couple months, and just my husband and I came down.
Right.
We were a little nervous of what we'd found, and it was amazing.
I love that. For people who are a little bit nervous, I've had people reach out to me and go, Michelle, I know you're doing the thing. I don't think I'm up for a walk. I'm like, it's a stroll, sweetie.
Yeah.
And it's all about holding hands and being together and wearing matching t-shirts. Talk about that a little bit if you would. So it's not so intimidating to people.
No, it's actually very inspiring because we were newly diagnosed, and I had little kids. Like, think about it, she was 7.
Yeah.
So we were afraid we were going to see people. We were still learning, but it was very inspiring. All the families, all the patients, all the supporters. It was very inspiring. All the research, all the positive things we were doing. So then we kind of jumped on board and been fundraising ever since.
How much money did you raise this year, and how much have you raised since you'd started?
This year we just had our dinner dance. We were a little late this year. We did it last night. So we're all a little tired.
Perfect.
So we cleared about $6,000, and then 500 online. So that's our totals for this year.
Wow.
Last
beautiful.
year we broke $50,000 that we've raised
Combined.
through the years. So
wow. So you're around 56,000,
Almost 60,
almost 60.
yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Since the beginning. So.
One of the things we're asking people is, how are you doing so well? What helps you? One gentleman told me, I exercise every single day. I do something so that I'm taking control of my own dopamine, my own endorphins and everything. What's your advice for people? What makes you feel better?
I just keep trying to do all the things I always did. I didn't want it to affect my kids. I kept working. I'm fortunate I can modify my work, and my kids all stepped up and my husband stepped up, but I still
Keep
worked
working.
3 days a week and kept their activities, make modifications where we could. And I'm very fortunate that working with the doctors, my medicine is working, and just keep going and keep.
That's exercise in and of
It is,
itself.
yeah. I mean,
right?
my kids are in soccer, I understand, is very busy, and it's good.
So
Keeps us busy.
Great. So how many are you together?
You mean all of us today?
Everybody marching or walking today?
Some of our group left.
Some of our
yeah?
group had to go. They came early. So
16 or so.
Yeah,
About 16
today.
Gotcha.
It varies each year, and the dinner dance, since it was last night, a lot of our helpers were there last night too. So
Where do you do that? And one of our other questions is, how do you raise so much money? And what would you tell people and give them in terms of advice for raising money? So you make it a fun thing. You have a dinner dance?
we have a dinner dance. People pay, their donation to come to the door. The hall donates for free. People bring food. We solicit and do auctions at the community, and we do raffle baskets, and all the money comes to the community walk.
Perfect.
So, and it's a team effort. My dad does a lot of the auctions. Friends do the cooking. Everybody has a role, and they all do. Somebody takes a part of it, and it just works every year.
Awesome. Thank you.
So
this wasn't hard, right?
no, it wasn't.
I didn't bite you.
I know my voice is
The
quiet.
team name is named after her grandmother.
Oh yeah, tell me about. I was going to ask about that.
She's
Yeah,
a
tell me
very
about
strong
the team
woman,
name.
so Kathleen took that as like Team Kelty.
Aw, perfect.
She's a very strong-willed lady, and
It's her maiden name.
very generous at heart. And we just took that name on because it encompassed what we thought we needed to do. To raise money. Yeah.
Grandmommy.
Yeah.
I love it. That is great. That's so nice. You would have a spirit where you take it off. It's like somebody else's name. That's beautiful. That's awesome.
My brother also wore this. He was in the Ironworkers. He was up on the Freedom Tower, and he used that for some advertising when they were doing the Ironman
perfect.
show for the Weather Channel. So
Oh, perfect. Good. Yeah, whatever it takes. Get it
Yeah, it
out
was
there.
good.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Thanks.